What's up, y'all? It's me, Daisha, and I am back with another video. Okay, sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get comfortable in the frame or whatever, So I'm also in the process of getting my space together. So I'm still trying to figure out what looks right. And I don't even got my ring light on. Okay. So just bear with that, guys. I mean, I really don't need a light, but since we got it, we're gonna do it. But yeah, I just moved, so I'm really trying to get my space together. I'm trying to figure out what setup I like, but I was very intentional. I set the intention early this week, you are recording for your channel this weekend. So I just wanted to be sure that I had no barriers to getting this content out. Anyway, I needed to get it out. So we still figuring out what looks right, where we gonna be set up. We still trying to figure out the vibes or whatever, but it's coming. So this video is about how to spiritually protect yourself. We're living in some crazy times, and I gotta give it up, not give it up, but kind of give its credit. This is all happening because of the Saturn and Pluto conjunction. I'm still doing a lot of research on that, and I'm not fully ready to articulate what the Saturn and Pluto conjunction means, but in a roundabout way, it's about transformation of our structures and our systems and the way we've been doing things. It's no longer working, so it's time for those ways to be dead. Also, with us entering into Saturn and Aquarius, we're gonna be in Saturn and Aquarius for a little bit this year, but really Saturn and Aquarius gonna get their time to shine in 2021. I believe Saturn is in Aquarius right now, but it's gonna retrograde back into Capricorn into the end of the year, and then Saturn and Aquarius is really gonna get its time to shine in 2021, and that's when it's really going to be about freedom, uniqueness, building community, and just being yourself. But this whole coronavirus pandemic, global shift, craziness with the economy, it's all a manifestation of the Saturn and Pluto conjunction. Capricorn is the sign that is conjunct in, and that's all about structure, systems, boundaries, getting your shit together, things like that. And then Pluto is all about transformation, death and rebirth. Pluto is very scorpionic energy. So it's death and rebirth and transformation, and that's exactly what's happening right now. And that's how we have this global pandemic, COVID-19 coronavirus crisis. So I just want people to know that yes, this is an attack for sure, but it is ways that we can spiritually protect ourselves. I mean, obviously, when you go out, please wear your gloves if you need to do that. Definitely have a face mask on. Do whatever it is you need to do to feel safe in this 3D world, please, because it's real out here, and we don't know enough about the virus to know how it's going to affect who and what and when and things like that. But I do know from the numbers, it do seem like Black people is higher susceptible, maybe because of comorbidities or poverty or whatever it is. But seems to me as if Black people are more likely to find this virus fatal. So I just want my people to be protected. So please go out, wear gloves, wear masks. Please do whatever it is that you need to do to be safe. Don't go out. Honestly, stay at home. Stay at home. Stay safe. Like that girl from Michigan said. And shout out to Governor Gretchen Whitmer. She's just an amazing leader. 5-star. I'm just so blessed to witness her. But again, this video is about how to spiritually protect yourself. And yes, this information can definitely be used in the COVID crisis, but it honestly should be used, period. We need to be just spiritually protected. Okay? And that brings me to my first point. We need to understand that being spiritually protected is a thing. It's something that we need to pay attention to. We need to be spiritually protected. Having a relationship, a spiritual relationship, whether that's a spiritual relationship with God, your ancestors, your angels, your archangels, your spirit guides, your spiritual team, or all of the above, the universe, whatever it is. But make sure you tap in some type of way spiritually. You need that foundation. It's just so important. Then also understanding you have to have some type of spiritual hygiene. Just how we, you know, take showers every day, brush our teeth every day, wash our face every day. I know some people been slacking on this quarantine, but we ain't gonna get on that. But how we supposed to take care of ourselves hygienically every day, you need to have some type of spiritual routine every day. One of my most favorite things to do as far as a spiritual routine is sage and Palo Santo. I love sage and Palo Santo. Sage is gonna clear the vibes, set the vibes. Palo Santo is gonna bless the vibes and just make sure everything is just a vibe. But be sure when you're smudging, and smudging basically means when you burn the sage stick and you burning yourself or burning your space or whatever it is that you, not burning, but saging, smudging, using the smoke to get the energy, cleanse the energy, bless the energy. Make sure you have windows open or doors open so that that negative energy has a place to go out. It don't make no sense if you're doing all the smudge work and you just got that smoke and that energy and them spirits just having a party in the same place. So make sure that you are having things open so that you can bring that fresh air, that new energy in to work with the Palo Santo and the sage. Also, something that's very, 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 very powerful is Florida water. Florida water, you can find it at your local Botanica. I love saying Botanica, or spiritual shop. It's just Florida water. Just go to a spiritual shop. I've heard that some people have it at their local Walmarts. I ain't never seen it in Walmart. I actually hate going to Walmart. Walmart is not my ministry, but you may be able to find it there. But it's just a spiritual tool that people use. You can put it in your floor washes, so when you're washing the floor, definitely when you're cleansing your space, you definitely want to incorporate Florida water. And then also I'm very big on spiritual baths, so I also will put Florida water in my spiritual baths. I will wash my hair with Florida water just so I can cleanse my crown chakra, you know, because I be having a lot of stuff going on in my crown chakra. So I just be wanting to make sure that I take all that gook and negative and whatever it is out of there. It's just, and also taking spiritual baths in Florida water is also very important for your aura. Just going out in the world, if people work in hospitals, especially around this time right now, and also what I learned in working in the hospital is you just encounter so many energies, so many just trauma and just people going through their own stuff, and you begin to pick up on that psychically and then also in your aura. So it's important that you are implementing any practice, any type of practice where you interact with people constantly. You need to be having a spiritual hygiene process. It's important that you cleansing your aura, cleansing yourself, whether it's through a smudge stick with sage or Palo Santo, or spiritual baths, or meditation, you know, seeing in your mind's eye that a white light is covering you. But you just need to practice a spiritual hygienic practice when you are interacting with people and their energies daily, because it will begin to weigh on you and you will feel like it's just on you and you can't get it off. So spiritual baths are important as well. I am very big on the spiritual baths, honey. Okay, this is how I I'm getting excited. This is how I kind of decide what I want to do with my spiritual baths. I take, for sure, 2 baths a month. That's the full moon bath and a new moon bath. That's when I really like to do a lot of my spiritual work based on the moon cycles. Y'all know I'm a moon goddess. But with the full moon, you want to use things that are cleansing. So definitely like pink Himalayan salt. You want to use baking soda. What else do I use? I may throw a few little drops of apple cider vinegar in there. I'm always gonna put Florida water. And then I'm gonna pray over my spiritual bath, where I'm setting the intentions of I want to release any negativity and toxicity that's trapped up in my aura, trapped up in my psyche. I want to release any thought forms that's no longer serving me. I want to release any relationships that's no longer serving me. I want to release anything that's just no longer serving me, that does not need to come with me to this next cycle. And then I take another bath with the new moon. And with the new moon, I am putting coconut milk in my baths. I'm putting oils, ouds, flowers, Epsom salt, Himalayan salt. My new moon baths are very luxurious, and I'm also praying over that water and setting those intentions, because new moon is all about bringing things to you. So I'm trying to set the water and program the water of what I want to manifest. I know when I'm deep in my Venus bag, I'm taking my spiritual baths on Friday, and I'm calling in whatever I want. I may have like a lot of green candles lit. I may also have red candles, so I can get on that love Venus frequency. But Venus is also represented by green as well, heart chakra. Yeah, Venus is all about calling. New moon baths are all about calling in what you want to manifest, what you want to bring into you. So I'm setting the intentions in those water, whatever I'm calling in, whether that's love, patience, forgiveness of self and others, whatever it is, I'm calling in with that bath. And that's kind of what I allow to dictate my spiritual work, is the new moon and the full moon. So yeah, what else? How else can you spiritually protect yourself? I think another way to spiritually protect yourself, especially in the climate that we're in today, is being high vibrational. And being high vibrational depends on everything that you consume. And I'm not just talking about what you eat, but what you're thinking, what you're reading, what you're drinking, what you're just seeing on a daily basis, the music you listen to, the shows you watch. You got to be pouring into yourself. Today is just not the time to just zone out on processed foods and Oreos and like, I'm talking to myself, y'all, because I got a sweet tooth, something crazy. I love sweets. So I just also have to drink a lot of water. I'm very big on fruits and vegetables. You want to make sure you have a clean vessel so that you don't increase your mucus production. So you can be spiritually attacked, physically attacked with your immune system or whatever it is. You just don't want to have a lot of mucus in you, because that's going to bring your vibration down and make you more susceptible to disease. So in order to increase your vibration, be mindful of the things that you consume in terms of food, in terms of what you watch, in terms of what you read, in terms of what you listen to. Make sure it's all high vibrational. And of course, I'm somebody, I listen to trap music, I watch all types of stuff, but you have to have some type of balance, and you can't just be so far down into the trap music and the drinking and the smoking and all that, because it's just doing nothing for your temple, your vessel, your spiritual pitchfork or tune fork or whatever it is. Like you attracting bullshit to you. So you just got to make sure that you're doing what you can. And I'm not advocating for perfection, because that's unrealistic, but just do what you can to make sure you increase your vibration and keep your vibration high, so that you are less susceptible to BS. Also, another tool is to keep yourself spiritually protected. I am a crystal goddess. I love walking around with crystals in my bra or my purse. I encourage everyone, if you feel an inclination to crystals, definitely get you a crystal Bible, go into a crystal shop once we can be social with others and we don't have to social distance, and see what crystals are called out to you. I really believe in picking your crystals out in person. I'm also very you got to be wise about where you're getting your crystals from, because intentions is everything. And it's all that you can definitely cleanse and make your stuff for you and program it, but I just think you just got to be mindful about where you buy your stuff from. And I think it's important to see what you're drawn to as well when you just walk into a crystal shop. But some crystals that is just always going to be good is clear quartz. Clear quartz is something that you can program yourself. You can set the intention yourself of what you want it to do and what you want it to be. It's a very powerful crystal, as well as a black tourmaline. I don't leave the house without my black tourmaline, because a black tourmaline is just it's like a hater blocker. It's just gonna keep you high vibrational. You're not worried about nothing, and it's gonna make sure you are in your own energy and not receiving the negative vibes and the negative vibrations of others. Black obsidian is very good for protection as well, so I recommend you would get that as well, along with the black tourmaline, clear quartz. Rose quartz isn't really a protection crystal, but it's definitely a crystal that will increase your love vibration, your acceptance vibration. So that's definitely something that I would keep, and especially during these times, just going to the supermarket or just any place that you have to go when, you know, things are just so chaotic and people are just so ready to pop off. You just got to be calm and just, you know, sister, I understand we all going through a lot right now, so I'm just going to give you some grace right now. You know, you just kind of have to be the light in these situations. I don't recommend going out and getting argumentative with people, because people is tripping right now. It's a lot going on. So you just got to let people process things how they process things. But I believe personally, when you walk around with crystals, you just be on a whole nother vibration, and you're able to move, finesse situations just differently. And then the last thing that I want to talk about in regards to how to spiritually protect yourself is developing a relationship with your ancestors. Period. 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 Point blank. I am just thankful for the awareness to be able to connect with my ancestors, to be able to have a relationship with my ancestors, to know that my ancestors look out for me on a daily basis. Constantly. They never stop. They never fail. They always looking out. They always want to make sure I win. Anytime I ask them for something, they coming through. Like, it's just 5-star developing a relationship with your ancestors. How do you develop a relationship with your ancestors? I know some people are asking. So first of all, I would think about the actual people who have passed away in your life, who you know. And then maybe obviously, if you had a good relationship with them, I would start putting pictures out for them, just to let them know that you remember them. They are important to you. You are thankful to have known them. You're thankful for their energy. You're thankful for the wisdom that they imparted on you. I have an ancestor altar. So I got all my ancestors, you know, on a white space. Their pictures are out. I have all the elements represented. So on my ancestor altar with my pictures of my ancestors that I know, obviously. I have my crystals out there because those represent the earth. I have water out there because those represent water, obviously. And then also, that's also like water is also an offering to your ancestors. I have fire. I usually light white candles. I really just love like creating a sanctuary vibe in my space. It's just so vibey. I love candles, y'all, and candle magic. So I have a lot of white candles. And when I light those candles, I'm praying for protection. I'm thanking my ancestors for everything that they do for me. Like literally, it's like a thing before I light my candles, because I'm just thanking my ancestors so much for our connection, for their wisdom, for them talking to me, for them giving me signs and synchronicities, for the communication. I'm just thanking my ancestors for every single thing, because my ancestors be looking out. Okay. So what else do I have? I have fire, water, earth, and it's another element. Air. So I like incense as well. In my spiritual shop that I go to, they have different incense that represent different things. So sometimes I'll burn love incense. Sometimes I'll bring money incense. Sometimes I'll bring come to me incense, protection incense, high giant incense. It's many different incense, but I try to represent all the elements as well. I have prayers on my ancestor altar. What else? I think that's really it. You when you are giving reverence to your ancestors, just use what you have. Like, it's like people want this big elaborate thing for your ancestors, but just revere your ancestors. Like, honestly, that's really all they want. And as you get more into the practice of honoring your ancestors and giving them offerings, I pour libations for my ancestors. I leave out candy sometimes. I leave out sweets because I do have a sweet tooth as well. What else do I leave out? I leave out cigarettes and things like that. And then I also go to my altar where my ancestors are laid out, and I pray to them. I give them thanks. I ask them for help with things. I cry to them. I just talk to them like, you know, my daddy is an ancestor now. So, you know, I just call and, you know, not call, but, you know, I talk to him and let him know that I miss him, and he got out of here at the perfect time. But, you know, I still miss him and it's hard without him. But I just thank him for being up there and watching over me and protecting me and just, you know, doing for me in a spiritual realm. And I'm understanding that our relationship has not ended because he has transitioned this 3D realm. It has only went to the next level. So also, I think it's important to call upon your ancestors, known and unknown, that were of good character and, you know, are supporting you from the fifth dimension. I think it's important to call on those ancestors as well, because we might not know our ancestors, all of them. You know, some people were enslaved in America and they don't have records and they don't know where they're from and things like that. So I still think it's important to call on your ancestors, known and unknown, of good character and who support you and want a relationship with you, and you want to honor them. And something that really be changing the game with the ancestor talk is burning ancestor money. This is ancestor money. I get ancestor money from my spiritual shop, but you get it from a spiritual shop or your local botanica, and just burn it. And ancestor money be burning crazy, so please be safe. Put it in a pot or put it on something, but just don't be just burning it willy-nilly, because you will burn yourself, you will burn your nails. You just be safe when you burn the ancestor money. But burning ancestor money is just one of the most highest vibrational offerings that you could ever give to your ancestors, because they use that money to get things that they need in the spiritual realm. And burning one is like, I want to say like $5 million or $8 million or something like that. But it's a lot of money. So burn money for your ancestors, honor your ancestors, known and unknown. And just cultivate a relationship with your ancestors. I call on my ancestors when I'm going into these stores, when I'm going into these markets, when I'm going out in the world for walks. I'm just like, please protect me. Please be with me. Like, I constantly am talking to my ancestors. We communicate through numbers, signs, and synchronicities. And that's just also the universe in general. So in order to be spiritually protected, you have to have a spiritual relationship with God, the universe, your ancestors, your spirit guides, your angels, whoever. It starts there, and then it manifests and it grows and it strengthens, and it's a beautiful relationship, and I'm just humbled to have the opportunity. So yes, I hope this video was helpful. I hope y'all staying safe during this COVID crisis. I hope y'all staying protected, prayed up. And thank you for watching this video. Please share if you found any of the information helpful with your friends. Like and subscribe if this is your first time here. Thank you so much for checking in to Damn She Deep. Follow me on Instagram at Allday. That's ALLDAII on Instagram. And check out my website to see how we can work together, www.damnshedeep.com. Boom.